Hi, everybody. It's November 14th, 2025. Many of us like to spice life up, and I guess that is more than a want. Sometimes it's a need because when you get totally, not totally, but um, very marginally apathetic towards your life, and nothing excites you anymore, and nothing surprises you anymore for a long time, um, living could start to be painful. You know, the day to day could start to feel like a cage. Relationships could start to feel like traps, even though you appreciate the people that are in your life and you love them. But when things stay the same and very, um, they are very low key in their energy, life feels like it lost its magic, and so to say. So the answer I would say to is not necessarily spicing up your life. It's probably a manner of looking for the right things to uncover. It's almost like metaphorically looking for a snag in the fabric of your life and pulling at it until something else is revealed that will draw your attention and your satisfaction from it. And by literally, more literally, the way to do this is at first to still yourself and calm yourself, and then observe the little so-called glitches within the fabric of your normal life. And the ones that keep on popping up are possibly the areas that are offering more excitement, more enjoyment, more fulfillment in your life. And those are the ones that you have to focus on to get out of the rut of dissatisfaction with your life. And so that gets me to thinking about being incredibly blind. As I've stated before, my life has been different in comparison to my younger life. My current life has been different, very different compared to my younger life. And in my younger life, it was mostly grace that made life livable, that made life enjoyable. And I was incredibly blind. And there are aspects of this that are good. The aspects of this that are good is that you basically, if you're blind in this sort of manner, you basically have no bottom for dignity. So you could be very disheveled spiritually, emotionally, socially. You could be disheveled, but you won't notice that because you're blind to it, because you're so wrapped up in this part of life. Or you could be starving compared to somebody, or you could be starving compared to how you would be if you knew what was really going on and you knew how to take advantage of it. But you don't realize you're starving because you just accept things the way they are. And so this goes for the other aspects of being blind to your possibilities. And some people may feel a certain way about this, but basically, if you don't know what you can attain at the present moment, you don't know, so you can't feel bad about it. So if you're incredibly blind, you may be missing out on monumental accomplishments, monumental deals that could elevate your life in any respect. But you're so blind because your self-esteem has been low, or you're so blind because you're consciously aware of your flaws all the time, that you don't know that you have these great opportunities just passing you by, maybe many times over the course of years. So these are the benefits of being incredibly blind. Now, the way to use being blind in a more beneficial manner is basically trying to repair yourself and build yourself. Because if you cannot see how bad or how truly, I guess you would say, shaggy you are, you won't be put off by doing inner work or having inner conversations, because you don't know that you are real out of bounds compared to how you could be. So this inner work is more freeing. You get to create things without limitations inside of you because you are not you're not putting up with the stress of being wrong, or you're not putting up with the stress of being ignorant. You're just free to do what you want. It's almost like how the homeless men on the street could catcall any woman. She could be a millionaire, a billionaire, and this homeless man will catcall her. That's because he is at a point where loss doesn't matter. Rejection doesn't matter anymore. And if he's taking a shot, who knows what could happen. So this is how the inner work of being blind works. You could tailor yourself to the T inside because you have no bottom anymore. And so another benefit of being incredibly blind is running blindly, running ahead more precisely, running ahead blindly. If you are being chased, if you know you're being chased by the hounds of your past, by the hounds of your present, of anxiety, depression, rage, just pain. If you're being chased and you're blindfolded, it doesn't matter that you're blindfolded. You're trying to get away from these things that are causing you harm. So if you're running blindly, you could run at full speed. If you run into a tree, well, that's better than getting caught by these beasts behind you. So running blindly forward, progressing your life, is a benefit of this situation, because you won't see the obstacles coming towards you, and just by the nature of the way things are, you'll probably miss most of them because there's not going to be the construct or the structures of walls in our life are not a boundless entity. There's gaps in the wall all over the place. So the chances that you're going to hit a wall while you're running blindly away from your pain, are you running blindly to build your life, you're not going to hit a wall most of the time, because it's almost like if you shoot a shot in basketball, you're not going to hit the backboard most of the time because it's a very small area. So that's how being blind may help you. Being incredibly blind may help you. And just lastly, when you are blind to your own internal image, your blemishes, your deformities, your faults are of this blindness. And by saying that, I mean you could look perfect in your spiritual concept of yourself. You could look perfect in your emotional concept of yourself. So you just have to realize, if you can't see yourself because there's too much things in the way, it isn't too hard to imagine yourself as beautiful or as handsome or as striking internally. And you may be right if you start to believe and you start to act as if this is so. So I hope this helps. Thanks.